It's been 6 full NBA seasons since the San Antonio Spurs were in the playoffs. That may change here in 2026. And the reason why it would change, one man, Victor Wembanyama, who the San Antonio Spurs drafted with the #1 overall pick back in 2023, who is the best young player in the NBA by a mile. You can make an argument he should have 2 depoys in 2 years. He finished so close as a runner-up in 2024 to Rudy Gobert, and last year he was a slam dunk lock to win it, but then he had a blood clot which cut his season short. He only played 46 games in 2026, but there's a chance Wemby could be All-NBA first team. He could be top 5 in MVP voting this year. He could be an All-Star starter, and he's going to be somebody that is going to just, I think, take the Western Conference and the NBA by storm. This is by far the best Spurs roster in a little bit as well. Picking up Luke Kornet this offseason from the Boston Celtics. They traded for Kelly Olynyk just to get some more big man depth behind Wemby. They drafted Carter Bryant with the 14th overall pick. They drafted Dylan Harper 2nd overall, and they extended De'Aaron Fox on basically a 4-year max contract. They opted not to trade for Kevin Durant. They wanted to build internally with this team. We'll see if that's going to work out or not. So the lineup I wanted to go with, as Dylan Harper may actually miss some time to start off the year, but we're going to have him in the rotation. It's going to be Fox and Castle in the backcourt, Vassell at the 3. I don't want Keldon Johnson out there because I worry about the 3-point shooting. So I'm going to have Harrison Barnes at the 4. And Sohan is going to kind of be on the second unit with Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson. And at least gives us some flexibility there. So I'm going to go like 20 to Johnson, 24 to Sohan, 24 to Harper to start off the year. Luke Kornet and I think Olynyk are going to get minutes. So yeah, I don't even think Champagnie or Carter Bryant are going to crack the rotation as of now. Wemby could get 35. I may drop Kornet to like 12. And we honestly will drop Olynyk to like 8. And then I'm going to give 36 to Fox. And then we'll stick with 30 to Castle for now. I think Castle is not like a lock to be like this stud shooting guard in the league. I've talked about his pros. I've talked about his cons plenty. He needs to work on his shooting because he was a negative shooter at times last year. Now he's going to have a lot more help. He's going to have Fox, healthy Wemby, Dylan Harper all in the mix now. So he's going to get some good looks. I want to see him take strides as a shooter. I'm not worried about his defense. And maybe as just this kind of like hybrid guard slash wing. I think it's a big year for Jeremy Sohan as well. I don't think he's going to get extended before the season starts, but you never know. We start off the season against Dallas. Paul George for Devin Vassell. I'm going to say no to that. And we end up losing by 14 in this one to a healthy Kyrie who won't actually be healthy. Well, we beat the Pelicans. We beat them by 5, and that is our first win of the season. I also wanted to make sure my tendencies are right. So Fox doesn't need to be like that high of touch tendency or shot, but like something like that with Wemby still being like the guy. Castle can go up to like a 70 shot tendency, a 75 touch. Vassell a little bit higher as well. And that should be good. Like I'm fine with Sohan being lower. Kornet could still be pretty low. And the only other guy is Carter Bryant, who, yeah, like I said, is a project for this team. Oh my God. Game 3 of the year. Wemby breaks his leg. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. Well, there goes maybe his chance at hitting 65 games this year. So Luke Kornet's going to be a starter. I think there's even some questions that you can have like Wemby at the 4, Kornet at the 5. So just like that, I think I'm going to choose Carter Bryant over Champagnie to crack the rotation. Well, that sucks. It was in a 40-point victory against the Nets. He broke his leg maybe in the 4th. In the 3rd quarter, definitely in the 2nd half. Castle at 28 in this one. So we'll see who steps up. We'll see if Fox can step up as a number 1. Castle as a number 2. Yeah, like Fox has to be the guy right now. I just wonder how Fox and Harper can really work. All right, so Wemby did just come back. We're going to get him back in the starting 5. Carter Bryant has struggled a little bit to start off the year, so he is going to get removed from the rotation. Kornet will go back to being the backup. Olynyk was all right as a backup in the absence of Wemby. So I'm going to play Wemby a little bit less as well. He's going to get like 33 minutes a night. We are 15-7, so, you know, he didn't miss too much time. He's averaging 24-10 through 4 games. Fox is averaging 22-7, was obviously kind of handling the number 1 workload. Vassell, 53 from 3, okay. Castle, 49% from the field, 25% from 3, though. We still had to worry about that. And like when I was scouting like Castle coming out of UConn, I was somebody that was like, you know what, I don't know if I'm sold on him as like a true point guard. So we'll see kind of like what I feel about his like ball handling. Cause yeah, with Fox and Harper, there's so many guys in there, and I trust Fox and Harper's ball handling long-term more than Castle, but Castle is a phenomenal cutter, slasher. He plays with size, physicality, getting downhill. Here's the bench unit so far, which has been pretty good. The starters, I wish you could see like net ratings in here. Maybe you can as a starter. I don't think so. Like, it would be cool to see like your 5-man lineups. As Jalen Brunson takes home NBA Cup MVP this year, we will also own a couple first rounders in the 2026 draft. We own a swap. Well, actually just one. It's a swap with us in Atlanta, but Atlanta should be good, right? Like they add KP, they add Naw this offseason. They have some youth development going forward. I got offered a first round pick from the Knicks. Not really a real one for Sohan, who I would think about trading if I'm not going to extend him. We just beat the Jazz by 40. We beat the Thunder by 3. Shea had 64 in this game. Wemby had 36 and 13. Fox had 22 and 11. Yeah, that's scary. We gave up that many points to Shea. That's a team we're probably going to see in the playoffs. Devin Vassell and a first round pick that we have from the Bucks for Tobias Harris and Sandro. No, I'm not going to do that. So we are currently 23 and 12 right now. Wemby's averaging 25 and 12. Fox is still averaging 22 and 7, although it's been a little bit less lately with Wemby back. But I will say we will have some tradable contracts at the deadline as well. Like you have like a very valuable Harrison Barnes $19 million expiring. You have Kelly Olynyk's $13 million expiring as well. Could somebody want to take a chance on Keldon Johnson for the next 2 years potentially going forward? So we'll see like our flaws. It's probably going to be 3-point shooting. I mean, I'm not really intrigued about going after somebody like Grayson Allen or anybody like that. Like, yeah, Desmond Bane would be perfect on this team prior to the Magic trade. So yeah, right now at the deadline, Wemby and Fox are very close to each other in scoring. Actually, everybody here is shooting above 50% from the field in the lineup. That is actually kind of crazy. Like Fox, Castle, and Harper all shooting above 50% from the field from guards. Vassell, 40. I don't know, though. Actually, our 3-point percentage might be great this year. Keldon Johnson's been good. Harrison Barnes is shooting 40% from 3. So what's our knock right now? We're the 4 seed. We maybe could have a little bit higher offensive potential. Like, we're currently 11th in offense, and we are currently 4th in defense, which gives us a 4.9 point differential. We're actually on an 8-game winning streak. So, like, do we become a team that goes out and gets Lauri Markkanen, right? Like, do I trade Vassell and Harrison Barnes for Markkanen? I mean, this was a team that always intrigued me as a Markkanen destination at one point, and we're not really going to have that much cap space going forward anyway with the Fox extension, unless I dump. I don't think so, right? Like, I think if we go to our salary cap breakdown, right? Like, if I dumped Vassell and Johnson, I mean, I guess we can create a decent amount of cap space next offseason or this offseason, but that's like a pure salary dump. I should try to maximize this offense around Wemby, as Wemby is still on his rookie deal for at least another year after this season. So I could offer you, maybe with Keldon Johnson performing a little bit better, could I do like a minimum here coming back to us, which you don't really have, like Kevin Love and Markkanen for Barnes and Keldon Johnson. We'd acquire 4.9 more than allowed. That's where, I don't know if I want to throw in Sohan in this deal. I think that's where Olynyk comes in handy. And then we'll do Kenyon Martin coming back to us. So what about this? Kelly Olynyk, Keldon Johnson, and Harrison Barnes for Markkanen, Love, and Kenyon Martin Jr. They're going to say no. I will throw in 3 second rounders in this deal. They say yes. Okay, so I get Lauri Markkanen without having to give up Devin Vassell, which is so big. We're going to get Markkanen at the 4. I guess Kevin Love gets to come to a contender. We do like lose a little bit of depth with this one. We'll go like 35 to the front court there. I'm fine with 30 there. We got Harper as a 6-man, still have Cornette in there. Yeah, Sohan's getting more minutes. I don't know why he's not. He'll get 20 minutes a night. And the remaining 16, I mean, I think we got to see what we can get out of Champagny. So I'm going to go like 11 to Champagny and then just like a lonely 5 to Carter Bryant. I mean, David Jones Garcia was so good in the summer league. I just don't think I'm getting anybody that could crack a playoff rotation. Like Malik Beasley's still here. I mean, can I sign Malik Beasley? Holy shit. Okay. Sorry for cursing, but goddamn, that is actually an elite pickup for us. I guess he just got cleared. Let's get him in the rotation. I don't know if I'm going to have to release somebody at one point. Harrison Ingram, Rylan Minix, David Jones will send down to the G League. So we lose our first game with Markkanen. And Jeremy Sohan was our leading scorer in that one. All right. So yeah, Fox, Wemby, and Markkanen is the big 3. We actually lost to Dallas twice after that. That's not ideal. Yeah, so we made that trade. We saw Terrence Mann get traded for Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Stewart for Mitchell Robinson, Max Strus for Grayson Allen, and Tobias Harris for Emmanuel Quickley, which 2K loves to do. So we end up winning against the Lakers and the Warriors. I'm hoping that we could get just like a top I would like to be 2 or 3 in the West just so I can avoid Dallas in round number 1, who is on one right now. You have Golden State at 3, Minnesota at 2. And here at the contract extension deadline, looking to possibly bring back anybody right now. Nobody is quite eligible outside of Champagny to get a deal. So Jokic ends up winning MVP. Cooper Flagg is your rookie of the year. TJ McConnell, 6th man of the year. Mobley Depoy, Giddey most improved. Booker clutch player of the year. Brown is your coach of the year. And broke his hand, so he may miss a couple games of round number 1. Bam Adebayo, All-NBA first team. I don't think I've seen that yet. De'Aaron Fox, All-NBA second team, 22-5-7, 51-33, 81 splits, 3.1 turnovers a night. So no Wemby on the first. Wait, what? So he's not on an all-defensive team, which is making me think that they didn't make him eligible. Dylan Harper, all-rookie first team. So we were a 4 seed. Did Wemby miss that much playing? Or maybe he did. Oh, yeah. He only played 64 games, so he missed the eligibility by 1 game. We're taking on the Clippers in round number 1. A team with Harden, Bogey, Kawhi, Collins, Zubats. They didn't really make any trades this year either. So we know what our starting 5 is going to be. The bench, we know it's going to be a 4-man bench. Like, we have our ball handler, we have our shooting, we have our defense. So I'm going to go like 12 minutes to Cornette, 36 to Wemby. I'm fine with Markkanen playing a ton. Yeah, like that could be the bench minute allocation. 4 more minutes. Let's go 37 to Fox and let's go 32 to Castle. So game number 1 here against the Clippers, we lose by 13. Fox, Vassell, and Wemby all scored 20 plus. Wemby goes 6 of 24, 4-14 from 3. Yikes. And we go down 2-0. Oh my God, we lose by 33. Markkanen, not off to a good start. We know how hefty that contract is. That's probably why it didn't have to cost us Vassell. Wemby, first career playoff series, not the best first 2 games in the world. Game 3, we do win this one, so every road team is won so far. Harden with 39 and 10, Castle with 25, Fox with 23, Wemby with 21. We're going to win game 4, 131-121. Vassell and Markkanen with 46, Fox with 28, 11 and 7. Game number 5 goes to the Clippers by 4, 114-110. Wemby with 20. He fouled out. Game 6, let's see what we could do here on the road. Has every road team still won so far? I think so. Yeah, every road team has won so far. Fox with 26 and 10, Markkanen with 20, Wemby, monster game there. That's actually insane. So game 7, I guess that's bad for us since every road team has won so far. And I guess that trend is going to continue. We're going to get blown out by 21 points. Sohan was our leading scorer. Wemby took 12 shots. He was in foul trouble this game. John Collins had a game high 22 points. And yeah, Minnesota versus the Clippers here in round number 2. All right, so round number 2, we're going to see the Clippers win in 6. Minnesota lost. I guess, did Ant miss like game number 1 now? He played. And then Dallas beats Golden State, New York and Cleveland over here. And then you have Dallas and New York in the NBA Finals. Brunson versus his former team. Dallas won in 7 by 7. So yeah, we lost to the team that almost went to the NBA Finals. And the Knicks win in 7. Karl-Anthony Towns is your finals MVP. They won by 3. Count with 32 in this one. So yeah, I guess this was a successful season. We got Wemby some playoff experience. We went out and got a good third option in Lauri Markkanen. So I don't know what changes I will really be making this offseason. Bunch of 76ers and Clippers. Curry and Jimmy both retire, so the Warriors are going to have a ton of cap space. Clay goes out as well. There goes Seth Curry. LeBron, Chris Paul, Curry, Russ, and Paul George all entering the Hall of Fame. 5 guys making it. So we'll see where we are in the lottery with the Hawks pick, who the Hawks did make the playoffs. So we are going to have the 22nd overall pick. This is the second to last pick that we're going to get from the DeJounte Murray trade. So that is our lone first. I plan on probably drafting somebody with it. Obviously, it's going to be a player that I know. I need better draft classes, though, on PC, that's for sure. So, I mean, Malik Beasley, we're not going to have bird rights on. I should have low-key gave him a 2-year deal. We're going to keep Mitch Johnson as the head coach. Yeah, the goal was just make it to the playoffs. Obviously, I would have loved to go to like the conference finals or something like that, but it is what it is. All right, so do we want to make any trades here on draft night? Obviously, we kind of forego 2026 cap space with us acquiring Markkanen, who's making a hefty amount of money going forward. This is such a weird contract. Like, it goes down and then it goes back up. Cornette's making a little bit more money, but has a team option for 2029. I don't know. I think we're going to just advance to the draft. Don't think I'm going to make any trades. AJ Debance goes number 1. Mikal Brown Jr. number 2. And number 3 is Kareem Lopez. So with our first rounder, I ended up going with Elijah Arenas, the son of Gilbert Arenas, who will be hurt for USC this year, who like really knows if he's going to be in the 2026 class. And Argento Izzo from Italy there in the second round. We're picking up the team option. 16 million for Wemby's kind of too much now. I'm picking that up. Picking it up on Castle, and we will pick it up on Julian Champagny as well. We didn't really play that much for us last year, actually. He didn't really play at all. Qualifying offers, Sohan will get it. But if a team gives him a deal, I may just use it as a sign and trade, and we'll send him to whatever team wants him. I'm going to get some center depth behind Wemby. I'm going to bring back Kevin Love. We're going to bring in Yusuf Nurkic, and we're going to re-announce the rights on everybody here outside of like Malik Beasley and Sohan mainly. And I'm going to sign Malik Beasley to a 2-year deal worth $10 million. Oh, who just gave Sohan that deal? Oh my god, I missed it. Hold on, I'm gonna have to like stop my recording, go back and look at it. Okay, so I found out it was the LA Lakers. So let's see what the Lakers would give me for Sohan, because I am definitely okay to trade Sohan over there in a sign and trade. So I may just ask for a, I mean, Jaden Quaidance would be pretty good. They drafted him 9th overall, but I'm not going to ask for him. They also have Quentin Grimes. They have Marcus Smart. I'm just going to ask for Dalton Connect. So we're going to get some 3-point shooting here. Connect has 2 years left on his rookie deal, and they're going to get Jeremy Sohan. So we're going to agree with that. Sohan's time here in San Antonio ends. And then could I also sign Aaron Wiggins to a 2-year deal with a team option, the man who saved basketball? So we are going to do that. We're going to renounce the rights on these two. And then we also have a $14 million trade exception from Sohan on that new contract. What did he get again? It all happened so quickly. So the Lakers are now going to be paying him. Let's see. It is going to be, wow. Yeah, 3 years, $60 million. I did not want to go that high. So I'm kind of glad that we were able to move on from him. I want like another veteran guard. We can get, I don't know about campaign. Maybe Javon Carter for some defense. Let's sign him. I may need to release him at the end of the year or at the end of the offseason anyway. Wemby's at 96. Castle and Harper go up. Fox stays at 85. Markkanen and Vassell technically regress a little bit. Damn, Carter Bryant can't catch a break here. Didn't really get a lot of playing time as a rookie. Concussion here in Summer League. And then any contract extensions to start off. Wow, I would sign Wemby, but Wemby's not ready. I mean, you're restricted next year anyway. So I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. I mean, Kevin Love, I'm just going to release you. And then we're also going to release Javon Carter here. So let's go to the 2027 season. You know, we got that taste of playoff experience. Now I'm going to go all the way. So it's going to be the same starting 5. I think like next offseason could be a pivotal one where we got to figure out, all right, Harper, Fox, and Castle, one's got to go. Who would it be? We'll figure that out as time goes along. With Connect now, Beasley becomes a little bit less valuable for us. I definitely want Cornette getting the backup 5 minutes. Arenas is not going to get playing time, neither is Champagny right now. So let's go 35 to Fox, 30 to Castle, 30 to Vassell. I would like to go 32 to Markkanen. That's fine. Let's lower Harper's a little bit, lower Connect's a little bit. And then I would like to give or find some minutes. Yeah, maybe I'm not even going to play Malik Beasley because of Connect, because I want to see what Carter Bryant can do. So let's go like 13 to Cornette. Let's go 35 Wemby, 34 Markkanen, 31 to Castle, and then we'll go a little bit more to Harper. Mitch Johnson definitely has a tough rotation to figure out, but we get off to a 4-0 start this year. We beat the Grizzlies by 42 to start off the year. What? Wemby's averaging 14 points through those games. Interesting. All right, when is our first loss going to be? Because we are 7-0 to start off the year. Does Wemby's numbers look a little bit better? They do now. Markkanen's are solid. He just beat his former team, the Utah Jazz. He had 23 in one of them, and he had 4 in the other. Is Washington going to be our first loss? They're 0-5. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's basketball for you, I guess. So, yeah, an 0-6 team beats a 7-0 team. The Lakers just offered me a very intriguing deal, which I'm not going to do right now, but man, Reeves has been linked to San Antonio so much. I feel like that's going to happen. And I'd get Bryce Sensabaugh for Cornette and Carter Bryant. I want Carter Bryant to be something for us, though. So let's simulate these next 3 games. I mean, there even is a chance that I throw Carter Bryant at like the 4 at one point or the 3, because this team gets expensive real quick. Vassell could go in a year. I could trade Fox in the offseason. All right, so through our first 24 games, we are 18-6. Wemby's averaging 24, 13, 5, and 5.1 stocks. I got to get him an MVP at one point. Castle and Markkanen both averaging around 16 a night. Harper is so good, but really can get unleashed at one point as well. So we don't have any like MVP or any thing like that right now, but I assume Wemby's going to be an all-star. Hopefully could play 65 games. And I wonder, as we see Brunson goes back-to-back, first time I've seen that in NBA Cup MVPs. Like, we're really going to find out soon the best lineup around Wemby. Is it Wemby at the 5? with like all floor spacers around him, or is it Wemby at the 4 with another like anchor rim protector next to him that can play the 5 offensively and just have somebody down low? So we're on a 4-game losing streak. I did get offered like Denny Avdija for Markkanen. Denny would be another great player on this team. Holy crap, we're on a damn, we really just went on a 5-game losing streak, and then we barely end it by beating the Sixers, who signed, no, they traded for Cason Wallace. Who did they give up in this deal? That's like a guy that would be perfect on this team. Tobias Harris and Dembona for Cason Wallace. What the all right, there we go. We rattled off 5 wins in a row. We just blew out the Orlando Magic. That's what I like to see. Connect with 17 points. His 3-point shooting this year, not been great. And I got offered Denny again in the trade. Denny and a Milwaukee swap best is super valuable for this Dallas swap best and Connect. I mean, I will do this deal. Like, I feel like I'd have to throw in more, but like, I will revisit this at the deadline if you really want to trade Denny, and then we will get off of Vassell, like, no problem in the offseason. So I got offered a 1st rounder and Lou Dort for Stephon Castle. Like, that's not like a terrible offer, given that that pick could be top 3, even though they shouldn't get it. I respect the offer, but I don't want to trade Castle right now. I do think Fox could be the guy that ends up getting moved, and Harper will be at the 1. Aaron Gordon, probably a great fit next to Wemby, but I like Markkanen here. I mean, like, look at us. We're the 2 seed in the West. Isaiah Stewart and a 1st for Castle. Don't love that. If we look here at the stats right now, Wemby is averaging 24 and 13. Fox is averaging 19 and 6.7 a night. Markkanen about 19 and 5 a night. He's actually been a great number 3 for us. Castle, we're seeing, 37 from 3, almost 80 from the free throw line. That's the like progression I wanted to see from him as a shooter. Harper, 13 and 4 off the bench. He still has a little bit to go as a shooter in this league. I do want to see, if we go to the Lakers, what is Jeremy Sohan doing over there? 11, 6 and about 3. Now he's just shooting 40% from 3 around Luka. All right, Portland, if you really want to trade me Denny, who has 2 years left on the deal, he's an incredible playmaker. Like, damn, they really just want to get off him. Champagny and like that 1st rounder gets it done. So let's see where Atlanta is, because we own their 1st. They're 28 and 22. Did they re-sign Trey? They did in the offseason. So let's say I want to keep Carter Bryant. So if I gave you Dalton Connect, and let's go to Portland here, you can give me Denny Avdija for Dalton Connect, and I will throw in. So like, why do I have this 1st? San Antonio shouldn't have this 1st, right? And I'm pretty sure Sacramento gets our lottery 1st, or it's like top 16 protected from the Levine Fox trade, but like we're gonna be picking outside of that. I just don't think the Spurs own this pick. Like, I want to say Atlanta owns this pick. So yeah, I gotta give Atlanta that 1st rounder back. All right, so I'm gonna offer you Dalton Connect and the 2031st for Denny Avdija. Damn, they really just wanted Denny off the team. I've never seen a team try to get rid of like a good player like that quickly. So Harper, we're going to lower to like 25 minutes a night. And now that means Denny is going to get 25 minutes a night. He will most likely be the starting small forward next year, with Vassell and maybe even Fox both out, if we're going to try to shed some cap with Wemby's extension about to hit. So yeah, I don't get this pick. I don't know why I have it. And it actually is a swap horse between New Orleans and Milwaukee. Milwaukee's terrible and New Orleans not much better. So yeah, let's see how we look in the second half. We are going to get offered a SAR for Fox. Like, I would revisit that in the offseason. Markkanen gets hurt, but not going to panic. And we beat the Rockets by 33. Denny had 16 and 7. Just like the amount of playmakers. Like, the bench unit of Harper, Denny, Carter Bryant, and like Luke Cornett is insane. I'm also going to be trading Julian Champagny in a 2nd rounder to the Clippers for Yannick Niederhauser, who does have like 2 more years after this year left on that rookie contract. So after the deadline, we beat Memphis, and we are going to lose to Brooklyn. Wemby does have a heel injury. He's currently the front runner in the MVP race. You know, just a casual 4.8 stocks a night. Peterson top of the rookie of the year race. Ivy in Chicago for 6-man. Wemby top of the DPOY race. He could get most improved, but Devin Carter is better than him right now in that. And then I'm going to assume that we had Wemby in the All-Star game this year, and we had De'Aaron Fox as well, so we could sell that to teams that, hey, he's an All-Star point guard. So Wemby does get the MVP. That's what I wanted to try to do this year. He averaged 23, 13, and 5 with about 4.8 stocks a night. Is crazy. So Devin Carter took home 6-man of the year and most improved. So Wemby and Devin Carter both took home some hardware, duo hardware this year. We get Wemby on All-NBA first team with no really shockers around him. Second team, you have Trae Young, Tatum, Mobley, Bam, and Giannis. Third team, you have Zion, Cade, Hallie, Şengün, and Holmgren. Wemby obviously on all defensive first team, calling in there on second team, 12.3 rebounds a night. How about that? All right, so let's go here into the playoffs where we are the 3 seed. Let's go, and we get a chance to get revenge on the Clippers who beat us last year. They are now starting Julian Champagnie, which is crazy. Is James Harden hurt? He is. Somebody that hasn't really been hurt over the last few years is currently maybe out for round number 1. Let's see. He pulled his lower back muscle, and Kawhi's got a back issue as well. So those guys are going to be hindered throughout round number 1. We're going to keep the 9-man rotation with Kornet getting about 10 minutes a night. We're going to go 14 to Carter Bryant. We're going to go Harper and Denny coming off the bench, getting like 24 apiece. Markkanen could stay at 34. Let's go 37 to Wemby. And let's go one more to Castle there. So system proficiency under Mitch Johnson is 4 stars. We're taking on the Clippers here. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. 27 for Fox, 24, 16, 5, and 5 stocks for Wemby. There we go. Bang, we win game 2. So last year, no road team won. So far, we swept them at home. And every home team has won so far. They ended up winning by 2. We had 64 combined between Markkanen, Vassell, and Wemby. But we end that like trend of every home team winning. Wemby drops 32 here in game number 4. Castle 17 and 8. Denny 11, 5 and 5. And can we win in 5? Yes, we can. We are going to win with only scoring 13 points in the 4th quarter. 25 for Markkanen. Why did he only play 27 minutes? He didn't get hurt, but Castle did. He has a sore right knee, but it looks like he could play through it. It's a very tough test in round number 2, going up against the Dallas Mavericks, who we know are just like 2K's golden child since they've been able to get Cooper Flagg in the mix. And then you got Minnesota, Phoenix, New York, Boston, Indy, Cleveland. This is exactly pretty much how it was. Not the exact seeding, but matchups from the 2025 round 2. These 2 teams played each other in 2024 in round number 1. Basically the last time the Suns were in the playoffs. 23 for Fox in 38 minutes here. So Castle played 32 minutes. Harper played 24. Game 2, we lose this one. We get blown out, but we split in Dallas, which is fine with me. For them being the 2 seed, we lose back-to-back games. 35 for Wemby, as in this series so far. Denny shooting 38 from the field. Carter Bryant shooting 23% from the field. I may just lower Bryant's minutes down to 10 and just give Wemby and Markkanen a little bit more. Game 4, there we go. We win by 4. 18 for Markkanen, only 14 for Wemby, but also 16, 4, 4, and 4. Unbelievable. We win game 5. Wow, that is huge. 35, 11, and 6 for Wemby. 25 for Fox. Game 6 goes to the San Antonio Spurs, folks. 29, 13, 7, 10 stocks for Wemby in this game. 21 for Castle. 19, 7, 9, and 3 for Fox. And we're in round number 2, taking on the Phoenix Suns. Okay. That is a winnable series for sure. I'm not scared of Phoenix by any means. I mean, they've drafted Cameron Boozer. They shouldn't have been able to do that. Either way, though, this is such a winnable series. We should be in the finals here in the 2027 season. 34 for Markkanen game 1. Like, Markkanen and Denny, 55, and they're just, like, not the most important guys on the team by any means. There we go. Markkanen, Wemby, and Harper step up in game number 2. Game number 3 goes to San Antonio, 122-100. 50 for Markkanen and Wemby. 22, 7, and 8 for Fox. Are we going to sweep them? No, we do not sweep them. They win by 20. How about a gentleman's sweep? And yeah, so we end up gentleman sweeping them. 25, 13, 5 for Wemby. 5.2 stocks. Somebody that won MVP, Conference Finals MVP. Can he complete the trifecta and get MVP this year? We'll see. So Castle had that knee injury. Now he's got the flu. The Celtics swept the Pacers, so they've robbed Towns and Day'Ron Sharpe in their front court. We should win this. And oh, Jason Tatum is injured when I think he was Conference Finals MVP as well. So he got hurt in that series with a pulled lower back muscle. He's out for the year. Okay, they don't have Tatum. We should sweep them. We win by 33 in game number 1. 40 for Castle and Markkanen. We win by 21 in game number 2, 30, 19, and 7 for Wemby, 31 for Jaylen Brown. Game 3, Castle is good from the flu. They actually won 1. All right. They went 15 to 40 from 3. Wemby had 8 blocks, 35 and 20, and we lost. Okay. Game 4, we go up 3-1, 131, 103, 37 and 15 for Wemby, 8 assists for Castle and Fox. Can we win in 5? No. They actually forced a game number 6. Jaylen Brown had 40, game 6. we win it all. So just year number 2, the dynasty has started. 32, 16, and 5 for Wemby. 5.5 stocks a night. 59, 52, 83 split. So for a team that wins the NBA Finals, you may be like, all right, like, you're going to just run it back. I may just, like, trade away important guys. Like, I may trade Vassell and Fox because we are getting expensive. The Spurs owners, you could make an argument, are cheap on the cheaper side as Kevin Durant goes to the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by the Thunder. Like, we may just try to, I don't know, with the CBA and stuff, you know, the second apron's at like $207 million. That is, we're going to be under that. Oh no, we're at $267 million. So I think I may try to sell high on a championship winning point guard Fox. Harper will start at the 1 next year. I'm going to probably trade Vassell, and Avdija will start at the 3 next year. We will own a first round pick from the Atlanta Hawks as well. It's not going to be a lottery pick. It is going to be at number 18, so a little bit better from last year. New Orleans gets one last asset from the Drew Holiday trade, and they get number 1. So Mitch Johnson will keep as our head coach. He just won us an NBA title. So there's 2 teams in the Eastern Conference I think I could trade Fox to. One was the Washington Wizards. If they go after Trae Young, that's usually like, I wouldn't do that, but now I could. So they have a ton of guys under team control. They don't own their first round pick, or I guess, yeah, it would be top 6 protected. Like, I could ask for Mikal Brown Jr. I mean, they did draft a point guard number 2 overall last year, so I don't know if they would want Fox. Now, if we went to the Nets, they're another team that I would usually try this with, but because they didn't get Trae Young. I don't really want Cam Thomas. I wouldn't mind, like, one of your young point guards, but you also have the 3rd overall pick. Could we do Fox for number 3? And they're going to say no. I will also include, I don't know what I would also include. I would include Luke Cornett, so I can get off that contract, and 57. They say no. Maybe I'll wait till after team player options to move Fox. So number 1 is Walt Cardinal, a 7-foot center. Looks really good, going to the Pelicans from Ohio State. The last Ohio State center to go number 1 overall didn't work out, so hopefully it's different. Andy Huggins looks really good. Small forward from Drake or Duke? Drake, yeah, like, I never see Duke talent go in the top 3. And Leftos Nini Adis goes to the Nets there from Greece. So I just completed the draft. I took a center out of Coppin State here, Joshua Jones Garcia, JJG's 22 years old, 7 feet tall though. If I move on from Cornette, he could be the backup. And then I got Jonathan Bullard here, 6'7", small forward from St. Mary's. Castle, Harper, Carter Bryant picking up those options. Conan Niederhauser also could be in the mix. Aaron Wiggins, I think I'm not going to pick that up as well. So, yeah, you have a lot of free agents. Kyrie, Kat, Jalen Green, Giannis, and Jokic. I wouldn't like to trade him to a team that we played in the playoffs, as Wemby's going to get the qualifying offer, but, like, I wouldn't mind moving Fox. Like, I'll move him to Phoenix, but it's just, like, I wouldn't love the Phoenix Suns return. So the Warriors don't really have their franchise point guard. They ended up with Walter Clayton. There's not really a ton of talent that I would love on this team either, but I would take draft capital. So could I get a swap best between Dallas and Phoenix in 29? Could I get your 28 first? And could I get your 2031 first? 3 future first round picks for Fox. It's kind of like the DeJounte Murray trade. I mean, I could maybe ask for Walter Clayton in this deal as well. They're going to say no. And I will give you Luke Cornett. And I will give you, I don't want to give you Elijah Arenas. I will give you Malik Beasley. So Beasley, Fox, and Cornett for 3 first and Walter Clayton. They're going to say no. What about if we do 2 first and Walter Clayton for Fox and Cornett? Really? Okay. Interesting. And Beasley, that gets it done. All right, so see, like, even that trade, I felt like I got the short end of the stick. But Clayton is now, like, our 6th man. We're going to have, like, Elijah Arenas come off the bench as well, which I'm excited about. And this team will look a little bit different. I'm going to look to move Vassell now. And when in doubt, try to get those Sacramento Kings first-round picks. I'm going to trade them to Sacramento for their unprotected first-rounder next year. Maybe a 2031 first. I got to give you a swap worse. Yeah, I'll do that trade with them any day of the week. So we just got a future Spurs pick. We are not going to, yeah, like, we're gonna match whatever Wemby gets. 3 years, 152. Damn, I just got, like, the notification that Fred VanVleet tore his ACL. Oh, I feel so bad for him. That sucks, man. Before the season even starts, I guess it was in a workout. So yeah, Wemby is back. Let me just go past moratorium here. So Wemby's officially back. Right now we are at $165 million. Yeah, I was like, okay, the Markkanen has that many years left? No, that's Wemby's contract. It's a bag. Markkanen has about 2 years left at $100 million. But like next year, Castle needs a new contract. Clayton needs a new contract, maybe Denny as well. So we need some of these young guys to step up. I don't know if I could sign anybody right now. Castle, holy crap, that's so much money. Could I lower that? I'm sure he'd want an ascending contract, so we gave it to him. We kind of dug in there. Denny, let's also re-sign as well, so he's going to get a 4-year deal over $100 million. He's the starting small forward. So now, next year, I mean, yeah, we're still a team, like, should be under, like, the second apron. All right, so I'm going to sign Keon Johnson and Danny Wolf, who got non-tendered from the Nets here, to just 1-year deals in free agency. Giannis goes back to the Bucks. Jokic back to the Nuggets. Kyrie goes to the Jazz. Okay, I guess that's where he got the most money from. So, yeah, we're going to finish up this offseason. I don't know if I need to really sign anybody else. Maybe just like another veteran point guard. Maybe like a D'Lo. Why not? Just to a minimum. Let's do that. And then fill out like the two ways. Can I put Tyler Kolek on a two-way? I can. And then I'll also throw, not Sadiq Bey. He's too old to, I feel like, be on a two-way. We'll throw Johnny Furphy on a two-way. I don't mind that. Bang, there we go. So Markkanen regresses down to an 81, 88 to Castle, 88 to Harper, 97 to Wemby, 80 to Bryant, 80 to Clayton. I'm excited about Elijah Arenas too next year. All right, so we're good to advance to next year's season. Now we're trying to defend our title. James Harden is going to retire at the end of the year. So we are going to go... I'm not going to trade Fox just to put Walter Clayton at the 1. It's going to be Harper, Castle. Yeah, no. Markkanen at the 4. Carter Bryant's going to get more minutes off the bench. We're going to go like 18 to Clayton. Let's go 20 to Bryant. Let's go like 16 to Arenas. I don't think Keon's going to crack the rotation. I don't think D'Lo's going to crack the rotation. We'll probably go to Yannick Niederhauser as like the main backup 5. So he'll get like 13 minutes a night. I want to go 35 Wemby. I want to go 32 to Markkanen, who is regressing hard. Let's go 32 to Denny. Let's go 35 to Castle and Harper. And then the remaining 4, I'll go to Carter Bryant. System proficiency is 3.5 stars. The bench is going to be a work in progress now with Denny and Harper in the starting 5. We could have a finals hangover. We'll see. I just got offered VJ Edgecombe for Dylan Harper. And we start the season 1 and 2. Hey, that's like fine. We're going to have some growing pains. Like Conan Niederhauser might not be good. Elijah Arenas might not be ready. We're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows. And Carter Bryant, who's had his injuries now, tears his hamstring. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. What a massive blow. And Karl Anthony Towns wins NBA Cup MVP. So the Knicks have gone 3 for 3 in NBA Cup awards. I gave Johnny Furphy a little bit of runtime, and he actually played really well with Carter Bryant hurt. So now I'm probably going to sign him to the remainder of the season. He's on a two-way, so yeah, he's going to look pretty good for us. We're going to get Carter Bryant, though, back in the rotation. And yeah, I feel good now that I can maybe trust Furphy down the stretch. I got offered Con Knipple for Stephon Castle, another intriguing offer. So we're 20 and 11. We're the 5 seed. I feel like we're going to really heat up going forward. Yannick Niederhauser with an injury. We just dropped 164 against the reigning Eastern Conference champions. Carter Bryant at 20 and 7 in this one. Harper at 18. Markkanen 26, and Wemby is averaging 29 points right now. So where did I send? I sent Fox to Golden State. How's he doing there? 22 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Okay, pretty good stuff. And then where is Sacramento? Tell me they're bad. They're 8 and 31, and I have their unprotected first. Guys, whenever Sacramento offers you an unprotected first in the early years, you do it. Vassell's been fine. I just don't think they should have done that. And it looks like Bernard Banks looks really good. Maybe the consensus #1. Who knows, though? You got to see if you win the lottery. Yeah, we're killing it right now. We are currently the 4th seed in the Western Conference. I mean, there's just so many good teams in the West. So we're joined with OKC, Phoenix, and Minnesota there in the top 4. Only us and Minnesota have double-digit point differentials. The Hawks are the closest to having one there in the East. So we're almost at the trade deadline. We have... I think I might have just got offered Fox for Castle. We're actually at the deadline right now. Like, I don't think I'm going to make any trades. We don't have any, like, pending free agents. Like, Harper is looking good. He's looking good there as the starting point guard so far this year. Markkanen, I just don't think I'm getting off of $50 or $100 million right now at the deadline. Denny could be a little bit better. 3-point shot has not looked great this year, but Carter Bryant's been good. Elijah Arenas has been solid, actually, so I'm not going to make any moves. Oh, and yeah, Stephon Castle on that new extension, which is going to kick in next year, is averaging 18, 5, and 5. And I did sign Johnny Furphy and converted his two-way to a full-time deal. So, Wemby, oh my god, 30 points, 12.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 5.3 stocks. Like, he's a demigod. He really is like a 99 overall my player coming to life. Walt Cardinal Rookie of the Year. Yang Hansen ends up getting most improved, or sixth man, but he shot 36 from the field, 31 from 3 as a big man. And then, yeah, Wemby, Depoy, Rob Towns, most improved. Shea, Clutch Player of the Year. Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year. So we got Depoy, Coach of the Year, and MVP. Wemby, no surprise there, All-NBA first team. Trey, Halliburton, Booker, Ja, and Şengün second team. Third team, Scoot, Tatum, Peterson, Johnson, and LaMelo Ball. You have Wemby, all defensive first team here. Chet and Mobley, both injured as well here. And the Thompson twins. Men is in Houston. Asar, though, is in Los Angeles. And here's all defensive second team with Klingon, AD, Lively, Jokic, and Dyson Daniels. So we did get the 1 seed this year. We're taking on the Dallas Mavericks as a 1 seed. That's a tough matchup. Like, what was their point differential? It was a 2.2. I mean, Kyrie is in Utah. Scoot, though, was pretty good for them. There's AD, Gafford, Flag still there. We finished with the best point differential. We ended the season on a 21-game winning streak. God damn, that is crazy. So if we take a look here at the player stats, yeah, we had really good injury luck. Besides, like, Carter Bryant got hurt so many different times this year. I feel like he had 3 playable injuries in the second half. So I'm going to lower his minutes to like 20 for the playoffs. Clayton can stay at 18. Arenas, I'm going to play. And then Conan Niederhauser could be the backup 5. Wemby's going to get 36. Let's go 36 to Castle and Harper. And let's go 34 to Markkanen, 32 to Denny. 4-star balance, taking on Dallas in round number 1. We do win this game, 124-122, so a close one. Yeah, this is the Cooper Flag team. You can always lose against Cooper Flag here in the playoffs. 25 for Castle, 22 for Clayton. All right, knocked down 11 free throws, 3 of 12 and 6 turnovers for Harper. Game 3 goes to Dallas, 126-108. Wemby with 23, 11, and 3. Markkanen with 17. Game 4 goes to Dallas, 35 for Scoot. All right, we are tied up here, 2 games apiece, and we go down 3-2, 123-105. All right, 30 and 10 and 6 for Wemby. Don't lose here to a 8 seed. I mean, like, what was the point of winning MVP, Coach of the Year, a 21-game winning streak to finish the season, to lose to an 8-seeded Mavericks team? What? Wemby was terrible for his standards. That is insane. Flag averaged 23 and 11. He averaged 4.3 stocks a night. Well, that sucks. So you have Dallas and LA, Luka versus AD here. You have Phoenix and Minnesota again, Atlanta, Cleveland, Chicago, Miami, and the Jimmy Butler Bowl. Who goes to the conference finals? It's going to be Dallas as an 8 seed. So you have 3 versus 8, 1 versus 2, and the 3-seeded Timberwolves beat the 8-seeded Mavericks. So I guess they were going to beat us. It's not like we lost in 7. We lost in 6. All right, so I'm going to have to make some changes this offseason. I mean, Markkanen was so bad. He's going to be a very expensive bench player next year. I don't think he's going to start. It might be Carter Bryant that starts. We'll see. Maybe it's Denny at the 4, Bryant at the 3. Yeah, we'll see. Trey Young, Finals MVP. Shout out to Trey. So far in this video, it's been Cat, Wemby, and Trey Young as your Finals MVP. Our owner is not happy from this season, but I do have 5 improvements remaining. So we'll throw all those in Fan Night. Kawhi and Harden both retire. Yeah, in the 2028 offseason. No notable coaches. Harden, Lillard, and Leonard, Hall of Fame. Leonard and Dame get their jerseys retired. And yeah, Sacramento's pick could be number 1. You know, if you have the worst record, you're probably not going to get number 1. Golden State, though, from the Fox trade, they were a bottom 10 team as well. Can one of them be 1? All right, so we have 2 and 5. So yeah, that first overall pick drops to 5. But for the second time since 2025, the Spurs have the second overall pick because they took Dylan Harper with it. So we have 2, we have 5, and we own our pick. We own Boston's pick at 19 from the Derek White trade. I think it was a swap best with them. So Mitch Johnson, I'll keep as my head coach. I mean, is that guy consensus number 1? I mean, Bernard Banks looks good, but like Florian Philman could be just as good. Taylor Thompson now. So I think Banks is like probably the most intriguing player here. I don't know who's going 1 in the mock drafts. Epe Lol from Nigeria, 23 years old though. I mean, yeah, I feel like Banks is going to go 1, but I'll make your decision easier, Charlotte. I'll give you 19, or I'll give you 5 and 2 to move up to 1. They're going to accept that. That is a really good offer. So you're going to get 2 top 5 picks. We're going to get the number 1 pick. And they're going to say yes to that. So we basically traded Vassell, part of the Fox deal, to get the number 1 overall pick this year. I got offered Gideon, White. Oh my God, Triple J next to Wemby would be sick. But I was going to say, you got to take the marketing contract from me. And they would. Damn. Oh, that is tempting. That is tempting. Oh, man, okay. Having Wemby on the perimeter, though, with, like, Triple J as your main rebounder is not great. I am really tempted on doing that trade. Triple J is making a lot of money. I wonder if I can get to that Triple J value without having to trade number 1. So let's take Bernard Banks, who might not even be good at a Mississippi State. He's a 77 overall, 19 years old, better than that center. Same overall as that point guard, just a little bit younger, which gives them more room for development. I took Jack Owens, a power forward from Loyola Marymount at 19. And then we got Darrell Martin and Denison Carlos in the second round. I'm going to throw, I think, Carlos on the 2-way. Maybe I'll throw both of them on the 2-way. Just kidding. I can't do that. So we'll just accept these guys. Maybe I can convert them. Conan Niederhauser, I'm actually going to let walk at $5.5 million. Bullard, I would like to bring back. Arenas, Bryan, and Harper. Those are no-brainers. I mean, let's try to trade for Triple J. Luka and Ja are free agents. I mean, if I went to Triple J, we can easily get to the matching salary. I hate that. I'm so used to doing that you can get to the trade screen from Player Finder. So let's say we did Markkanen. Let's say we do, I don't want to move Carter Bryant. Let's say it's probably going to be Elijah Arenas. Yeah, because we just drafted the number 1 overall pick. So Elijah Arenas, Bullard, Markkanen, and I will give you my first rounder in 2029 for the expiring Triple J. They're going to say no. And I will give you my 2031 first for Triple J. They're going to say yes. So we do that. I'm going to keep Banks in the bank, and we're going to have him there. So free agency time. We have, who's our notable free agent again? It is Yannick Conan Niederhauser. I'm going to bring him. I know I declined it. Do I bring him back on that deal? Let's see. I do have Jones Garcia in the wings. I don't think so. I'm going to sign Kobe Buffkin on a 1+1 because I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring back Walter Clayton. Well, actually, Clayton is restricted, so I should be able to. He got a deal from the Hornets, 3 years, 35. I'm going to match that one, actually. You know what? I'm just going to bring back Conan Niederhauser on a 1-year deal. I got Malik Beasley back on a 1-year deal as well. I'm going to offer, I guess I can't put Pacomi Dadie on a 2-way. I don't know why. I was going to try to do that. Sikorsky, can I put you on a 2-way? I can, but he's not interested in doing that, so never mind. Or Chomsky, you want to go on a 2-way? All right, so I'll offer you one of my 2-ways, and the other one, come on, who's like an intriguing young guy? I'll see if Kobe Sanders can go on a 2-way. So we get Ulrich, and we're going to get Kobe Sanders. Probably going to renounce the rights on Furphy. So player progression, Wemby's a 98, Harper's a 92. I just added Triple J. I don't know if I'm going to be able to resign him, but I feel like he's going to be so much better than Markkanen next year, who was obviously on the decline. So it's going to be Harper at the 1, Castle at the 2, Denny at the 3. Although I'm intrigued about Bryan at the 3 and Denny running the second unit, so maybe we'll try that. Clayton gets 18. We'll go 27 to Denny, 27 to Bryant. And then I'd like to play those guys more. So I don't think I'm going to play Buffkin just because I'm going to have Clayton. And then I'm going to have Garcia, I think, get some runtime as the backup 5 over Conan Niederhauser just to see what he can do. So let's go 35 to the backcourt. Let's go 34 to the front court. And then I got 3 more minutes. Let's give it to the number 1 overall pick. Bernard Banks. We're going to have a 4-star balance. We have 3 road games to start off the year in big markets in New York and LA. We have a Harper injury already. He's got a strained hip. But Wemby's dropping 34.7 tonight to start off the year. Okay. And yeah, it's not a Nick getting the NBA Cup MVP. It's Onyeka Okongwu of the Chicago Bulls. How about that? I got offered Walker Kessler and DeAndre Ayton for Stephon Castle. We're going to say no. Carter Bryant has been so injury prone in this video. He's going to be out for a few weeks. And also at the end of the year, like Dylan Harper is going to be a free agent. That's something I should have done. Yeah, let's lock up Triple J on a 3-year extension that will ascend, but he's going to be making $30 million a year on it. All right, so we are approaching the deadline, and we are 40-13, having a really good regular season, but I don't know how they were an 8 seed last year. Dallas back up to the 1 seed. They signed Zion Williamson. All right, well, that is insane. And they also have Donovan Clingan on their team as well, who is a stud rim protector in this game. All right, well, that seems really good. Well, they replaced AD with Zion, which is great for them. We have a 13.2 point differential. Us in Minnesota all have elite point differentials right now. Atlanta and Miami, like, Eastern Conference is so bad. 28-20 is the 2 seed. Wemby's our leading scorer, followed by Dylan Harper, who's now shooting 43 from 3. Triple J is there, not much of a rebounder, but we know he's a good defender. He could space the floor in a way. Castle's officially gone backwards on his 3-point percentage, which is unfortunate. There's Denny, averaging 14, 5.7, and 3 assists tonight. I don't know if he's overpaid at this point. Malik Beasley, I started actually with the injury to Carter Bryant, and he was pretty good. Carter Bryant's been fine. Bernard Banks, who's 6'6", who could be our small forward one day, has been fine in his, like, #1 overall pick minutes. We have a home game after Orlando, or after the All-Star break at Orlando. Our home against Orlando, we won, beat Denver, and we are going to beat the Lakers right before the All-Star break. You got 3. Oh my God. They're so good. Flag, Scoot, and Zion, all in the MVP conversation. That is insane. And Wemby goes back-to-back with MVPs, 25.8 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, about 4 stocks a night. Florin, who I guess is replacing Dame and Scoot over there in Portland from Romania, Rookie of the Year. Topic, 6th Man of the Year, 17-7 off the bench. Wemby, Depoy, Walt Cardinal, yeah, that guy's a stud in New Orleans, is your most improved. Paolo is your clutch player of the year, and the Mavericks went 70-12. All right, well, the former #1 overall pick, Cardinal, they're on All-NBA first team. Ja goes to LA, and Luka goes to the Kings, so I guess it worked out for them. Wemby, they're on All-NBA first team. You have Paolo, Cade, Peterson, Flag, and Zion. 4 out of these guys are #1 overall picks on All-NBA second team. Third team, you have Mobley, Scoot, Halliburton, LaMelo, and AJ. AJ is a first overall pick, but LaMelo was 3rd, Scoot was 3rd, and Evan Mobley was 3rd. You got Wemby on all defensive first team, and we got Bernard Banks on all rookie first team. So I feel like we would have been a dynasty, but Dallas is getting in our way. We're going to be taking on the Clippers here in the 7-2 matchup. Their team's going to look different. Rob Dillingham, Christie, Furphy, Buzelis, and Mark Williams. So Furphy was good for them. I should have kept him around. Buzelis was good. Mark Williams was fine. They have Mark Sears coming off the bench. Christian Brown as well. So for the playoffs, I think I may actually go back to Conan Niederhauser as the backup 5. He's going to get 10 minutes tonight. Banks is going to get 15 as a rookie. We're going to go, I think, yeah, keep 27 there. Let's go 37 to Wemby, and let's go 36 to Castle and Harper. Hopefully, we're able to beat the Clippers, who we've now played 3 different times in round #1. We win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3, and we sweep them. There we go. So we're going to be taking on the Lakers here in round *2, who have Ja Morant now. Dallas, oh my God, they got swept by De'Aaron Fox. What? They won 70 games to get swept by this team. Okay, I would be pissed. OKC is without Shea. Shea is hurt. How long is Shea out for? So I guess he broke his leg, but he's going to be back soon. So I guess that's how Topic averaged all those good numbers, but still maintained, I guess, 6-man eligibility, because then Topic probably started some games. We win game 1. Walter Clayton's out for the playoffs with a pulled calf muscle. What I could do is keep an 8-man rotation. I might throw in Malik Beasley in here like 10 minutes tonight, and then I'm going to go 40 to Harper, 40 to Castle to see what that backcourt can do. We're up 2-0. It's 2-1, and just like that, it is 2-2. So, like Harper, Castle, we have 4 20-point per game scores here in round #2. Go up 3-2, please. Okay. So since we've lost Clayton, maybe Harper playing 44 minutes tonight is a bad idea. I don't know. Game 6, we lose. Wow. Back-to-back years, we lose in 6 games in round 1 and round 2. Maybe I'm just failing this team. I mean, Wemby fouled out in 25 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. fouled out in 34 minutes. Look at this foul trouble. Dylan Harper fouled out in this game. Oh my God. 13 free throws for Michael Porter Jr. John Moran had 38. All right, so we're going to have a 4th different champion so far. You're going to have OKC with Shea healthy versus Bam Adebayo, a rematch of 2012, and the Thunder are going to get revenge on that one. And Shea dropped 48, 5 and 8, and gets Finals MVP. I still can't believe some of these teams have taken my dynasty from me over the last few years. So let's advance here to the offseason. I'm actually losing points here because we have very high expectations in San Antonio. Kyrie retires on the Jazz, Draymond on the Knicks, Anthony Davis on the oh my God, yeah, maybe it's time to hang it up. Just not a good contract from Portland. Rudy Gobert retires in Boston. Zach LaVine in Phoenix. Clint Capella, Bobby Portis, Jeremy Grant, Jakob Poeltl, Buddy Hield. Here are the staff retirements: Rick Carlisle, Mike Brown, Mitch Johnson. Whoa. All right, so I guess I need a new head coach. AD and Kyrie both played with LeBron. They're both heading to the Hall of Fame. So yeah, after the lottery, I'm gonna have to hire a new head coach. I was maybe going to think about the firing Mitch Johnson route, but I didn't know if I wanted to fully go there. Pacers number 1, Cavs number 2. That pick should go to Utah. 2K still has all their picks messed up. And then you have the Hornets at 3. We will own the Suns first round pick at 26. Wow, I thought that was going to be a much better pick. And Memphis is getting my pick at 29. So the next head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, Eric Spoelstra, would be sick. I'm never able to sign him. I'll offer Jamal Mosley a deal, Ime Udoka a deal, Steve Kerr a deal, and then I will offer JJ Redick a deal. I think I can offer one more. So I can offer, let's see, James Borrego if I wanted to make an assistant. I think he comes from the pop tree. I could be wrong. So I will offer Borrego a contract. Let's see. Yeah, let's offer him one. So let's go here. I don't get Spoelstra and Kerr, the 2 I really wanted to get. So I can get Mosley, Borrego, Redick, Udoka. So Mosley definitely has the worst ratings there. Borrego's isn't bad. Redick or Ime. I think I'm gonna hire Ime Udoka, does he come from the, I don't know if he comes from the pop tree. So let's go here to the NBA draft. Obviously this team has gone through some turnover over the last few years, so now I feel like I'm messing with it too much. So the number 1 overall pick is Dana Poole to the Indiana Pacers. Bill Knight looks intriguing. Same with Dakoulis Alexandris from Greece. And then let's go here to rookie signings, where you have Pat Little, Howard Murray, Eugene Jameson, and Simon McGuire. I'm not actually going to sign, but we took a bunch of forwards there to start off the draft. I'm going to pick up the $5 million for my 3rd string point guard. I'm going to decline that. Joshua Jones-Garcia I'll bring back. Denison Carlos and Darrell Martin. No. Tatum and Devin Booker hitting free agency here in 2029. I'm going to give Dylan Harper the qualifying offer. Carter Bryant as well. Yannick Niederhauser I am not going to do. So let's make sure. See, like, these guys are restricted. I'll get back both of them. Dylan Harper wanting, like, okay, it says expected 62, but it's in reality it's 38. There's so many weird things with 2K this year. I'm also going to sign Jamal Murray to be my 3rd string point guard. And we're going to move on from Kobe Buffkin. So Dylan Harper gets a deal from the Timberwolves. It is going to be a 3-year, 130 offer. We are going to match that. And is Carter Bryant going to get a deal? It doesn't look like it. So we're going to get him kind of on a nice 3-year deal worth $24 million. Let's do that. And yeah, like Jaren Jackson's got that extension. Denny's got that extension too. I wanted to change his position because I wonder if, like, he would go up a decent amount. So he would go up to an 83, but I still want his secondary to be a power forward. And then I wanted to see if I can get like a better veteran free agent. I can get Toumani Camara for the minimum. That'd be crazy. Well, I'm not going to play him, but yeah, Nick Claxton, Joel Embiid at 35. Like, can I get Claxton on a 1-year deal? Probably better than Niederhauser. So we're going to renounce the rights of Niederhauser, bring in Nick Claxton. Tatum back to Boston. Ant goes to Denver. Okay. Devin Booker goes back to Phoenix. LaMelo goes to Minnesota. Okay. So they tried Dylan Harper. They got LaMelo to replace Ant. Wemby drops down 2 overalls to a 96. Harper's up to a 94. Bernard Banks is an 85. Clayton regresses a little bit. Claxton and Murray regress a little bit as well. And then any contract extensions. Yeah. Whenever Wemby is up, you got to re-sign him. So we don't have to worry about that at all. And we don't have to make any roster cuts before the season starts. So we are here in the 2030 season where it's going to be Harper at the 1, Castle at the 2, with Banks as the fallen 6-man. Let's go 15 minutes a night to Clayton. Let's go 23 to Bryant, 27 to Banks, 36 to Wemby. Claxton can get around 12 minutes a night. I'm not going to play Owens, Murray, the other Murray. Yeah, I'm not going to play any of these guys because Claxton's the backup 5. Let's go 35 to Castle and Harper. Let's go 31 there to Triple J and 26 to Denny. System proficiency 4.5 stars under Ime Udoka. Hopefully we can get back to the NBA Finals. And Cooper Flagg wins NBA Cup MVP. We are currently 23-6 through our first 29 games. We have an 11.9 point differential. We're on a 7-game winning streak, but I'm just petrified of the Mavericks, who have a point differential of a +8 on us right now. Wemby is averaging 30 points per game. He did that in the 2028 season, 12 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Jaren Jackson Jr. shooting 41% from 3. He's been much better in year number 2 in San Antonio. Dylan Harper right at 20 a night. Castle's points are down a little bit, but 37 from 3. He's shooting the ball better this year. Bernard Banks is breaking out in a way. Denny hasn't been great. How tall is Banks? 6'6". Could be my starting small forward at one point, or I could put in Carter Bryant. So we unfortunately lose Nick Claxton for a few weeks, so we're going to get JJG in here. Joshua Jones-Garcia. He was from Coppin State. Yeah. So let's get him back in that rotation. And we do lose Denny Avdija for 2 to 4 weeks. So I may get like Banks in there as the starting 3. Joshua Jones-Garcia is not very good, but good thing Claxton's about to come back. All right. So we're here at the trade deadline and Denny just came back. I wonder if I can maybe turn Denny into like 2 rotational guys, but that may end up being like an off-season trade. Josh Giddey just puts up numbers in 2K. I could get Garland. I can get a 33-year-old Jalen Brunson. So I'm not really finding anything that I like. So I'm just going to go past the trade deadline. Hopefully we can stay healthy down the stretch. And Wemby takes home another MVP here in 2030. This is going to be his 4th MVP. 4 in a row. Wow. Yeah, 12.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Almost 5 stocks a night, 37 from 3. He's actually unreal. Dana Poole, the #1 overall pick, is your rookie of the year from Alabama. There we go. Big school. Deion Stark, 6th man of the year. He's a 6-something wing. 6-something. 9th overall pick from 2027. Wemby takes home Depoy. Nadaye, most improved. And Shea is your clutch player of the year. Jason Kidd, coach of the year. This was our first season with Ime Udoka as Shea. If the Thunder made the playoffs, they're going to be without Shea. All NBA first team, but a lower right leg stress fracture. He's going to be out for the season. Wemby, obviously All NBA first team with Peterson, Flagg, and Boozer. 2 guys from the 2026 class. So you have Luka in Sacramento, Debanza, Walt Cardinal, Anthony Edwards, and so actually they didn't lose Jokic. They were able to absorb Ant in Denver. That is unreal. And here is All NBA third team with Zion and Scoot. Dallas is that good. Wemby, all defensive first team, and that is all we have now. So we ended up as the 3 seed. Shout out to Phoenix, 64 and 18 from the Suns with Booker, Pele, Larson, Watson, Boozer, and Kaman. I guess that's the front court going forward. Keon Ellis, Deron Holmes, Patrick Williams coming off the bench. We are going to get the Lakers with no Luka, led by Jaden Quainance, led by Jeremy Shohan, former San Antonio Spur, Jace Richardson, and Blake Wesley in that backcourt. Anybody like hurt for this team? Ja Morant is hurt. Okay. Ja averaged 37.8 this season. How long is Ja out for? Is he out for the series? Torn hamstring. Okay. He actually like was out probably for a while, but he will be back in the playoffs. So we're going to stick with the 9-man rotation. We're going to go 38 to Wemby, 10 to Claxton. Let's go 13 to Clayton. I'm going to stick with like 20 to Bryant. We could definitely do 27 to Banks. So 5 more minutes. Let's go 33 Jackson, 37 Harper, 36 Castle. Game number 1 against the Lakers. They do not have Ja for this one. They have a 36-year-old Siakam as well. Wemby is 32. Bernard Banks, 29. Triple J and Castle go off. We win game number 2. Dylan Harper and Wemby combined for 65. And they do have Ja Morant back, who dropped 38. We are going to lose game 3 by 7 in the Staples Center, or whatever the arena is called. Game 4, we go up 3-1, 111, 95, 43, and 14 for Wemby. And we are going to win in 5. We win by 17, 41 and 14 for Wemby, 33 for Harper. And we're getting not the Suns, maybe a fraudulent team this year in the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, right. So they don't make it to the second round. 64 wins. So we're going up against the Clippers, who will not have Mark Sears for a couple games. They will not have Con Knipple either. They have Zubats. They brought back Kobe Sanders, former 2-way guy on us. Their big 3 is Buzelis, Cam Christie, and RJ Barrett, at least scoring wise. We should win, and they win game 1. All right, RJ drops 37. They have this Pavin guy, Ion Pavin. All right, player. Game 2 goes to the Spurs, 137, 116. 11 assists there for Dylan Harper. Game number 3, how? They win by 4. Cam Christie dropping 36. Okay, game 4, we end up winning this one by 22. I mean, Wemby 3 of 12 from 3, 12 of 14 from the line. Dylan Harper has a bruised right hip. He can play through it. We do win game 5 by 16. Just get the job done and win in 6. Thank you. Okay, so we win in 6, 142, 123. But we got to take on the Dallas Mavericks, who are currently 8-1 in the playoffs. I don't know if they have anybody that's hurt. Nope, they just have an unreal big 3 of Zion, Flagg, and Henderson. They have Malik Monk, another Christie, Jaden McDaniels, Trey Mann, Gafford, Klingon. This team is unreal. So Boston and Chicago over here in the ECF. Game number 1 goes to Dallas, 132, 122. Okay. 10 rebounds, 6 assists for Denny. We do lose game number 2 as well by 11. Wemby with 36, Triple J with 21, 16 for Walter Clayton. We're just not going to beat Dallas. We do win game 3, though, 139, 120. So, yeah, Clayton's going to have that injury the rest of the playoffs. Harper's dealing with it right now. Game 4, we win 1. Oh, my God, by 1. We were 2 points away from being down 3-1. We are going to win game 5, 128-114. Wow, Denny, 27-29. What are the odds we can win? Wow, 6 turnovers for Wemby. What are the odds we can win 4 unanswered? Nope, they are going to win game 6 by 4. Here we go. Game 7. Dylan Harper ready to go. In Texas, on the road, in Dallas. There'll be plenty of Spurs fans there. Nice job, guys. Get outscored by 16 in the first. But we come back. We are down by 1 here in the third. We take the lead in the fourth, up by 8, up by 12. And we are going to the NBA Finals. Wow. We go up, or they go up 2-0. We go up 3-2. They are up by 16 in a game 7 at the end of the first, and we come back and win. That is the resiliency of this squad. That is Ime Udoka's coaching. Wemby, Conference Finals MVP. Tatum in the East. Boston has Desmond Bane, technically drafted him. They've Nolan Traore at the point. Still have the Jays. They still have Anthony Simons, Mark Williams, Christian Brown, a couple 2022 guys, Sion James and Rob Towns. We do win game number 1 in the Derek White Bowl. 53, 18, and 7 for Wemby, 30 for Triple J, 23 for Dylan Harper. We are going to win game 2 by 65. Holy, okay. Game 3 goes to San Antonio. All right, so the real NBA Finals, 8 stocks for Wemby there. But yeah, the real NBA Finals with this game 7 between Dallas and San Antonio. And we are going to sweep the Celtics. Victor Wembanyama drops 36, 18, 6.5, 6.3 stocks in the NBA Finals. He's going to take home Finals MVP, and that's what I wanted. Honestly, throughout, 5 years, I really thought we were going to win at least 4 rings there, 3 rings there. So we get 2 rings in 5 years. I guess I'll take it. And I hope you guys did enjoy this San Antonio Spurs rebuild. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which team you'd like to see me rebuild next. I know the Rockets aren't going to have Fred VanVleet anymore for next year, so maybe I'll do some sort of rebuild over there. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.